Oh, you know it. I'm bad to the bone. That's me. That's me, Ralph Williams, and we're here tonight for another Williams. Excuse me there. Pushed the wrong button. It's another edition of the Ralph's Opinion Show. And the way I see it coming up next, 2 shows, 1 hour. And I got to tell you, it's great to be here tonight. We got a lot to talk about, including the remainder and the continuance of this ridiculous government shutdown. Are the Democrats hurting our country? Yes. Are they hurting our counties and our cities? Yes. We have people out here starving. We got military people that need help. We have a lot of problems here right now, and they're busy thinking around. So there we are. We'll come up with that tonight on Ralph's Opinion. Also, we got the good, the bad, and the ugly of President Trump. A whole lot more all coming up here tonight on Ralph's Opinion. The way I see it, okay, still some fighting going on in Ocean City about the bike lanes. We still have Worcester County wants to raise hotel taxes. That's still in the works. We got that to talk about. And a lot of goings on here. But tonight, we have a special announcement tonight to make, which I'm going to make later on, which we'll be talking about. We got a bunch of things to talk about tonight as well. And first, we're going to get started with our studio sponsor, and that is Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-2010-500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, Western Pennsylvania's #1 and best heating and air conditioning business. If you want to be like Mata, 412-545-4317 or Ralph Williams 737@gmail.com. We have some great advertising rates as well. We're also sponsored by Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland. Look, folks in Ocean City have kicked up some advertising spots here, and you can do the same thing in Western Pennsylvania and across your town and country. Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland. If you're interested in anything in realty, give him a call today. That number is 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland. Also, we are in Ocean City, Maryland, Carey Insurance Group. Call Carey Insurance Group today. And when you do call, ask for Steve. Call 302-642-6201. Carey Insurance, the best in the Delmarva area region, which is Delaware and Maryland region. They call it the Delmarva region of the East Coast and along the coast here. Call for all your insurance needs, no matter what it is. Call Carey Insurance Group as well. Also, we are also sponsored by, we have some new sponsors here, North American Millwright. North American Millwright did construction on my house. And let me tell you something. They are some great people. They will do some great construction work. 36 years in the business. North American Millwright, 410-388-9870. That's 410-388-9870. Great construction work, great pricing, and they do a very good and professional job, and they don't play around. All right. And also our new sponsor, and here it is. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me find the picture here. Oh, I hope I didn't lose the picture. Don't think I did, though. Did I? There it is. Big Jim's Bikes and Scooters. Call Big Jim, 410-289-1203. Listen, if you're fixing to go bike riding on the boardwalk or you're handicapped like I am and you need a scooter, call Big Jim today, 410-289. I think it's an 8. Yeah, 289-1203. That's 410-289-1203. Big Jim's Bikes and Scooters. Tell him Ralph sent you. Ask for Big Jim. Every time I need a scooter, Big Jim is there, and he has one for me ready to go. And when you're handicapped and in a wheelchair, it's difficult to get around the boardwalk, but not when you call Big Jim's Bikes and Scooters. 410-289-1203. All right, let's go to the comments section. Pensman, my monitor's on here. Thank you, Pensman. It's great to be here. Great to have you on on the comments section, also monitoring my comments as well. And we also have, if I can see here, I'm having a little problems with my eyes tonight for some strange reason. All right, we got Travis from Pittsburgh. It says, Ralph, let's get the popcorn popping. Absolutely, let's do it. And the soda's pouring tonight, and I have a soda with me tonight. I got some great A&W root beer here, zero sugar, of course. And there we are with that. And so, all right, let me get this off of here. Big Jim's Bikes. All right, tonight I'm going to be airing something here tonight. And this man needs your support if you live in Pittsburgh. All right, Tony Moreno. The election is on Tuesday, November 4th. He's running against Democrat Corey O'Connor. All right. Okay. So just listen real closely here. Tony needs your help. And I want you, and I urge you to please go out and support Tony Moreno. All right. Let's see if I can find this here. I had it. I don't know why it didn't stay where it was, but that's beside the point. Okay. Here we go. If I can get it, there it is. All right. Listen close.
Yes, for the Stop the Violence Fund, a fund that took money from police training to pay for more social programs. And now O'Connor's backing a $1 million NFL draft deal, while Pittsburgh faces $500 million in debt and a $1.2 billion pension crisis. That's not leadership, that's reckless spending. Why not spend that money on infrastructure that is falling apart, or the aging city vehicle fleet? Tony Moreno has a plan. Cut waste, not services. Fix debt, fund police, grow jobs. He'll get our city working again. Safer streets, stronger finances, and real results for Pittsburgh families. Tony Moreno, the bold leadership Pittsburgh needs. Corey.
All right, that's the new video that's out there for Tony Moreno. He's running for mayor of the city of Pittsburgh. If you live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I used to live, I'm urging you tonight to think about voting for Tony Moreno. Do not vote for Corey O'Connor. All right. All right. Let's get started here tonight here on Ralph's Opinion. Of course, we got to go with the 300-pound gorilla in the room, and that is this funding, or this country is shut down. The military's not getting paid. Okay. And now we have military families standing in food bank lines. We have federal employees standing in food bank lines. Okay. That is going on. All right. There's just a lot of ridiculous stuff going on right now because of this shutdown. Chuck Schumer doesn't care. You know, he's a Democrat, of course. He doesn't care. All right. So therefore, since Chuck Schumer doesn't care, why should anyone else care? And these Democrats are tying this up because they want this, they want that. It's like I was saying earlier tonight. My mom says to me, well, what are you going to talk about tonight? We were sitting at the dinner table. All right. And I said, well, what I'm going to talk about tonight is this government shutdown. And I'm going to talk about how Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Hassim, and all these other people, Bernie Sanders, and the rest of them, that have continued to keep our country shut down because it's terrible. It's like a kid who wants a piece of candy, and mommy says, well, you can't have a piece of candy, but you want a piece of candy. Okay? Well, that's what the Democrats are doing. All right? It's that simple. The Democrats need to sit down with the president and quit whining and quit complaining and get this done so we can open our country. Saturday, there's tons of people in this country that will not have food stamps. I'm one of them. I will not have food stamps. There are people out here who rely on food stamps. There are federal employees right now who are relying on food banks. There are food banks who are struggling right now. Grocery stores are not going to make money because the ones that make money off of the food stamps, the SNAP program, none of it's going to happen. Okay? None of it. It's that simple. All right? But you're the people, the Democrats who voted these clowns in here that are doing this. All right? It says, I work and I'm a veteran. It says, it's crazy right now. My brother was cut off from his food stamps. I have a friend of mine in South Carolina who gets $2,000 a month in food stamps. He says he might not get his. He needs them. He's got 5 kids. Okay? All right? This is unacceptable for this country. All right? Go to the polls and vote these people out. Go to the polls and vote them out if they're going to do this kind of stuff, because it's unacceptable to me. And it should be unacceptable to you too. Bernie Sanders is nothing but a clown. He's nothing but an ass clown. All right? And the reason I say that is because, he is an ass clown. All right? What? Yeah, he's a total ass clown because of the way he conducts himself. Did you ever see him when he was running for president? That's Bernie Sanders. Chuck Schumer. Well, we got Mitch McConnell. Remember him? All right. It's that simple. I like this one from Pensman. Bernie Sanders lost to. Yes, he did. The Democratic Party didn't even want him. They kicked him out. He's in the Independent Party right now. Okay? We have to get these left side radical Democrats that are progressives and get them out. Because if we don't, our country and our counties and our cities and this entire country is going to be in trouble. I can't figure out how anyone doesn't understand that. Terry Bronco tuning in. Thank you, Terry. Carol Gladys tuning in. Thank you, Carol. From Greensburg. Terry from the North Hills tuning in. Thank you. Of Pittsburgh and in Pennsylvania. Next, coming up on the way I see it next, I'm beating up Josh Shapiro again. And I'm going to continue to do this every Wednesday night until the state budget in Pennsylvania is passed. That's ridiculous up there. And you got a lot of nerve, Josh Shapiro, and all your Democratic governors across the country, and California, Gavin Newsom, and all these other people. You got a lot of nerve going around suing the president because you don't have food stamps. Well, why don't you go see Chuck Schumer? Why don't you go see Nakeem Hassam? Why don't you go see some of these other people and tell them about it? Because they're the ones that is tying this up. All right? Acting like babies. Acting like children. I didn't get my lollipop. The mommy wouldn't let me have my lollipop. Okay? So you didn't get your ice cream, so you're going to cry and cry and cry and cry to mommy about your ice cream or your lollipop. All right? But on the other hand, you have an opportunity not to go without your lollipop. The Democrats are insisting on keeping the country shut down so that they can do whatever they need to do and get that all done. Cyberewski says hello. Hello, Cyberewski. All right? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you out there for watching. We're here every Wednesday night, 7:30. Ralph's Opinion, then we go into The Way I See It. 2 shows, 1 hour. All right? Coming up, the good, the bad, and the ugly of Trump, of President Trump. And there's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad, and there's a lot of ugly going on right now with the president. It's like this every week. Okay? But it's shameful that this country is where it's at. And I know what you're going to do. You're going to blame President Trump because he's the captain of the ship. But what you don't get is the fact that these Democrats are doing this and tying everything up and making everything where it's at. President Trump has done more for this country in the course of 6 months or more than any president that I've ever seen in my lifetime. He kept jobs in the Mon Valley of Allegheny County in the Pittsburgh area by getting U.S. Steel merged with Nippon Steel. He's created AI jobs all across Western Pennsylvania and around the country. He's bringing money into the country with trade deals. He's working on tariffs. He's getting the tariffs back down. This country will be back to being great country again. Getting rid of the waste. Getting rid of some of this crap that's going on. Some of the stuff the Democrats have let get out of hand for so long. All right, it says here, I'm trying to see this here, Pensman, excuse me. I text you something real quick. All right. Okay? It's that simple. It's not a hard deal. It really isn't. Yeah, I can. All right, Pensman, tune in to Pensman Sports. Get on his YouTube channel. Pensman is my monitor, and he also works with me on some shows. He's on with me on Saturday for the college football show that we do every Saturday. We'll be doing it all the way until the end of the year and all the way into January when the bowl season ends. We're even going to do a bowl show where we're going to talk about the bowls, the teams, the matchups, all that stuff. Pensman Sports. He has a YouTube channel. He's on Twitter. He's on Facebook. All right. Pensman Sports, he's got some great material. Talks about the Yankees, the Steelers. He does the play-by-play for the Steeler games. Penguin coverage. Tune in to Pensman. All right. Also tune in to my friend Brian Pettit, Tiger Stripes Media. Brian joins us, Pensman and I, on Saturday as well. And don't forget this Saturday, the triple header of Ralph Williams Saturday, and we'll talk about that coming up. All right. And Brian has his network. He does a lot of things on his network. Very good with stats. Works with the Sports Nuts people. We all work together here, everybody. Unlike in some other businesses, we all work together. We promote each other's shows. Where we participate in everyone else's shows. We help each other out here. It's a collaborative effort. All right. Okay. Ralph's opinion tonight. That is it right there. Our Democrats, a bunch of morons. And I know what you're going to say to me. You're going to email me. You're going to text me. You're going to say to me, Ralph, why are you talking about Democrats and calling them morons? Because they are. Let me ask you this question. When was the last time the Democrats ever did anything for the working class? Have they done anything for the homeless? Have they done anything for the military? No, when Joe Biden was president, we sold our military equipment to the Taliban. We left it behind in Afghanistan. We gave equipment to Ukraine. And unfortunately, Trump can't get out of that contract because supposedly, from what I'm to the understanding, this contract was made before. But here's the deal. Ukraine is getting weapons from the United States now. Trump's making them pay for it. You catch my drift now? Biden was just handing it over. And then giving them every year $385 million that our country could use. All right? Trump is doing business a different way. And you might sit there and go, well, it's affecting our country. Our gas prices are lower than they've been in a long time. I get gas down here in Maryland under $3. All right? He's been making deals and doing different things and making trades and doing the trade. Got the trade thing on and going. Where we're not getting ripped off and stolen and robbed and our clock cleaned. All right? Maybe you don't look at it that way because a lot of folks out here, and some of them don't know anything about business. Trump does. All right? President Trump knows a lot about business. All right? And he's trying to clean up the mess that was left by prior administrations like President Joe Biden. Our country's $1 trillion in debt, but the debt ceiling has gone down because of this. Our stock market is good. When the stock market's good, everything's happening. But I know what you're saying out there. Amazon's laying people off in their executive offices now. Why? Because it took 5 years for everybody to get their head out of the sand and get out of their house because of COVID. All right? When we had all these Amazon drivers driving all over the place with these trucks. And now we got the U.S. Postal Service, because I get Amazon delivered to my house. Okay? All right? Now we got the U.S. Postal Service now delivering Amazon stuff because they don't have enough drivers. Either they can't get them, or I've been watching videos lately of people who have put out testimonials that the steel industry, or not the steel industry, but Amazon has been mistreating their employees. You got Starbucks out here who don't want to do unions. That's why you can't find workers. People don't want to work at the airport because they're a federal employee and they're not going to get paid. That's another story. All right, you got air traffic controllers not showing up for work, which is clogging up our airports, which is putting the airlines out of business, which is making the airports look bad and the cities look bad. How can you conduct business when airplanes can't get off the ground? The Democrats. All right. Food stamps are about not to be distributed. The Democrats. All right. Federal workers not getting paid, getting furloughed, getting laid off. The Democrats. They would rather see the whole entire country shut down than to sit down with President Trump and keep your mouth shut and listen and learn. President Trump came out last week and invited the Democrats to the Tea Garden for lunch on Wednesday. One condition: we sit down, we discuss logical, common sense approach to this. And if you open your mouth and insult me, out. None of them showed up. I'm the Democrat. That's right. Blame the Democrats. You know what? I'm a Democrat, and I'm blaming my own party because it's the truth. Blame your own party. And if you're a working class person, I want you, or middle class, I want you to think for a minute. When was the last time a Democrat did anything for you? When was the last time a Democrat did anything for the homeless? When was the last time a Democrat did anything for the military, mental health? Think about that for a second. Republicans now are starting to become the middle class, working class party now because the Democrats are failing. The left wing has gone so far left that they don't even know how to go anywhere else. And they've ran this country into the ground. I thought that when Joe Biden got voted out, that the rest of those left wingers of the Democrats that steer to the left, there's a bunch of them in Pittsburgh, there's a bunch of them across the country that need to go. All right? They're going to ruin this country. They're ruining it now. Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Hassan, all these other people, out. Goodbye. Vote them out. Get them out of there. Now, I don't know. Maybe Chuck Schumer's done a lot for New York. Good for him. I'm glad. Maybe you in New York like him. But right now, when people don't have food stamps and they're in the store stealing, which is going on, they're in the store stealing because they don't have food stamps. They're going to get their food somehow. And by stripping them of their food stamps to where they can't have it to support their families, what do you think they're going to do? What do you think homeless people are doing? They're stealing. They're robbing. They're beating up people because they want attention. They need help. All right? It's a shame. Today, I don't feel proud to be an American because you know why? We're out there and we're letting this go on. You, the voter, are letting this go on. Okay? You need to push the voters, or the voters need to push the envelope. I appreciate I appreciate that there. The Sports Nuts Show. Thank you. Was that? Yeah, Sports Nuts. Thank you, Brandon. Go ahead. Make my day. Vote them all out. Make everyone's day. People who are on food stamps, people who are on disability like me and my friends. I got friends on disability and Social Security. People out here watching that I know that are watching right now, they're on Social Security. They're not getting their food stamps because your Democratic people that you voted in are making this country go down the toilet. And you're not giving President Trump the opportunity to fix this country and fix it the way it needs to be fixed, to where we're making money in this country. Vote them out. Fresh start. Absolutely, Pensman. Very good. Absolutely. All right. Vote them all out. Thank you, Sports Nuts Show. Is that's Tiger Stripes Media. I'm sorry. Or is that Sports Nuts? I can't see that there. I think it's Sports Nuts. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm having issues with my eyes tonight. Okay? All right. Let's go into the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we're going to wrap it up here with President Trump. Today, the good. He's on an Asian trip. He's got South Korea buying submarines from us. They're buying submarines from us to defend against that idiot in North Korea. All right. That's good. The Asian talks have been good with China. We're going to get the trade thing worked out. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I did here, Pensman. Hold on. Yeah, vote them all out. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Maybe I missed it. My mistake. Yeah, all right. I already got you there. Yeah, vote them all out. If you're not going to help the president, get out. It should be about us. It should be about the voters. It should be about the people of this country, not about their wallets, not about any of that. All right? That's Ralph's opinion tonight. Let's get back to the good, the bad, and the ugly of Trump, of President Trump. Bad. All right, what's bad right now is this bickering back and forth between the Democrats and President Trump about this the shutdown. It's looking bad. It's downright ugly. And until the Democrats wake up and get this going, and I know what you're saying out there because you don't like President Trump. Well, you got to get rid of that big, beautiful bill because it's affecting everybody. Look, he's gone to drug companies. He's got drugs purchases going down. He's crippling Canada because Canada is the one who's bringing in the fentanyl. He's bombing boats down in the near Venezuela because they're bringing drugs into our country. He's concerned about your safety, something that you have nothing. You know, in the American public, and it happens in Pittsburgh, and it happens everywhere else, has no consideration for public safety. You have no idea. None. You don't care if you're safe. All right? No, Trump is not the reason for this. Trump put this bill out. Democrats voted for this bill, and now all of a sudden, the Democrats want to tie the budget up. Just like the Republicans are doing in the state of Pennsylvania. We'll talk about that next on The Way I See It. Josh Shapiro ought to be ashamed of himself. He's out there suing President Trump, but he should be worrying about his own state. Worry about your own budget that you don't have. All right? If I didn't get it, Pensman, I apologize. My eyes are real bad tonight. Okay, they really are. I'm trying to read these comments, and some of them are just, I don't know what happened, but my eyes all of a sudden became bad tonight. Okay? I apologize. The good, the bad, and the ugly of President Trump this week. He's doing the Asian trip. All right. He's trying to get he got somebody to donate money to pay the military. To pay the military. All right. The bad is the fighting and the bickering about this government shutdown. And the ugly of it all is this government shutdown that is being caused by Democrats because they won't accept the beautiful bill. They won't pass the budget. They won't pass what it is. Okay? Wah, wah. Like a bunch of babies. Okay? A bunch of babies. It's that simple. It's really bad. It really is. Wondering if Trump was the reason for I'm hearing that he is okay. Won't really win. Well, we'll see. We'll see if he wins on this. We'll see who wins. But right now, the people of this country, Pensman, are not winning. We are losing. And it's because of the Democratic Party. That's Ralph's opinion tonight. All right, I got a few announcements to make real quick, and then we're going to move on to The Way I See It. We're running a little behind the eight ball here because I had a lot to say tonight and a lot to cover. All right. Don't forget the Saturday triple header of Ralph Williams Saturday. It starts at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. with me, Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno, and the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno Show, 1250 a.m. The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial in Western Pennsylvania, and the answer pgh.com. If you want to listen into the show, this week our guest is Michael Dell. He's running for Allegheny County Council. He will be our guest on the Saturday edition. Also, we're on Sundays now. I had a banner made for this, but the banner that was made with the wrong thing, and I can't get the banner up here. So, but we're on Sundays now as well, from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. on 1250 The Answer. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I got the guest wrong. All right. I have Joe Fleming from he's the borough manager in Charleroi. I have him coming on. Saturday. He's going to talk a little bit about what's going on in Charleroi. Then Charleroi, Pennsylvania. No good times in Charleroi right now. And then on Sundays, Michael Dell. And he's going to talk about his Allegheny County Council seat and what Sarah Almorado is doing wrong and what he will change once he's in there. All right. And don't forget on Saturday, also 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is the Saturday or the college football Saturday show that we have. There's my schedule right here. All right. For all my shows, all during the week. Myself, me, Ralph Williams, Pensman Sports, Brian Pettit from Tiger Sports Network, and our special guest this week, Ryan Neal from Amped Up Sports. Okay. He'll be talking with us about the LSU thing with Brian Kelly getting fired. That'll be an interesting conversation. All right. And then last but not least, and we didn't forget about you on this one, but don't forget the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoke and Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, and Luther Dupree every Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m., 1250 The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial. All right. Not this week, but November 15th. Put that on your calendar. We will have none other than Robin Cole will be our guest. I'm sorry. Yeah, the 15th. Robin Cole will be our guest. Former Pittsburgh Steeler. He's writing a book. Him and his son will be on joining us. And that's November 15th. This week, we got a lot to talk about, including the Steelers, Pitt Panthers, Penguins, and a whole lot more. All right. Who's going to be the Penn State coach? That's another question to ask on the show as well. And Highway Radio hits. Me, Ralph Williams, and my DJ name, DJ Fun. DJ Fun is back in the house, back on the radio as DJ Fun, and I'm going to be on Highway Radio hits starting November 6th, 1 to 3 p.m. drive time, playing some of your great highway type music and some great classic rock and a lot of different types of music. But you know what? I'm going to be playing mostly rock and classic rock, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Highway Radio hits. I will be joining them starting November 6th, 1 to 3 every single Thursday. And I'm in a possibility of talks with another internet radio station to be doing oldies. So Ralph's name, I am Ralph Williams. And yeah, let me talk to you. And until next week, Ralph's Opinion Show, that is my opinion for tonight. Coming up the way I see it, coming up shortly. Stay tuned. And until then, please be safe. Thank you.
Welcome to another edition of The Way I See It with your host, Ralph Williams. And now, without further ado, Ralph Williams.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to take you home to the Paradise City. It is The Way I See It, and I am Ralph Williams, and that was some Guns N' Roses for you. Welcome to The Way I See It with me, Ralph Williams, and we're here every Wednesday night immediately following the Ralph's Opinion Show. And we have a lot to talk about tonight, Ocean City, Maryland. And, of course, those of you who don't know, we are sponsored by Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-2010-500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. They are a studio sponsor here at Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland. Every show is sponsored by Mata. Call Mata today if you live in Western Pennsylvania and up north near Erie or anywhere around the whole area there. Call Mata. They will come to you. They are the best in air heating and air conditioning. They also have snow melt UV lighting. Call them today. Mata Heating and air conditioning. All right. I want to thank Carol and I want to thank Terry for hanging on Facebook as well. And also your comments are welcome as always here on the Ralph's Opinion Show. And now we're into our second part of the show called The Way I See It. So that's with me, Ralph Williams here. And we're also sponsored by Mike Dotson Realty, 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland. Give Mike a call today for all your real estate needs. If you're planning on moving or doing anything with real estate or even rentals in the Ocean City area, give Mike a call. All right. Also, Carey Insurance Group, we're sponsored by them. Call Steve today at area code 302-642-6201. That's 302 area code 642-6201. Call Steve today at Carey Insurance. I got to tell you, Steve, he has some great insurance for you for all your insurance needs as well. All right. And also, don't forget about one of our newer sponsors, North American Millwright Construction and Contracting. Call North American Millwright today, 410-388-9870. North American Millwright. They serve the whole entire Delmarva area, whether it's Delaware, Maryland, and they even serve portions of West Virginia and also around the Philadelphia area of Pennsylvania. North American Millwright, right out of Baltimore, but they serve the entire those areas. They did construction on my house. Great people, 36 years in the business. North American Millwright, call them today. All right. Also, don't forget about we even have another new sponsor, and their areas right there, Big Jim's Bikes. Big Jim's Bikes and Scooters. If you're handicapped, you're coming to Ocean City, Maryland, you need a scooter or you need a bicycle, or if you're bringing a family and you want to get one of them tram bicycles where, someone pedals and the rest of you sit in the back and it's kind of like a golf cart kind of thing, Big Jim can accommodate you. 410-289-1203. Call Big Jim's Bikes and Scooters today. Give Big Jim a call. Tell Big Jim Ralph Williams sent you. Tell any of these folks that Ralph Williams sent you. All right. Coming up Tuesday in the Pittsburgh area, and this is very important now for Mayor of Pittsburgh. Tony Moreno's running. My friend and co-host on the Ralph Williams Tony Moreno show is running for mayor. I want to play this little audio clip of some stuff that's been going on with Corey O'Connor and why you should vote for Tony Moreno. Here we go.
Corey O'Connor says he didn't vote to defund the police, but he voted yes for the Stop the Violence Fund, a fund that took money from police training to pay for more social programs. And now O'Connor's backing a $1 million NFL draft deal, while Pittsburgh faces $500 million in debt and a $1.2 billion pension crisis. That's not leadership. That's reckless spending. Why not spend that money on infrastructure that is falling apart, or the aging city vehicle fleet? Tony Moreno has a plan. Cut waste, not services. Fix debt, fund police, grow jobs. He'll get our city working again. Safer streets, stronger finances, and real results for Pittsburgh families. Tony Moreno, the bold leadership Pittsburgh needs.
All right, that's the Tony Moreno ad there. Please vote for him for mayor if you live in the city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because I'm going to tell you, you will regret it if you vote for Corey O'Connor. I'm going to tell you that right now. That all of what Tony has said, whether it's here on this ad or whether it's been on the radio show, has been true. It is true that Corey O'Connor voted to take away police training, move it to this violence, the Stop the Violence campaign, which hasn't worked out either. All right. Okay. And one thing I wanted to add from the last show, Trump is going to get the blame, President Trump, because he's the captain of the ship. When there's a problem everywhere, the captain of the ship always gets the blame. Thank you. You're welcome, Sports Nuts. All right. Let's talk tonight here on The Way I See It. I've got some stuff I want to let out. But first, I want to thank the folks at the Sunfest. Met some fans of the show. It was a very nice event. But some of the food at the food court area there, a steak hoagie on a hot dog bun. Okay. They had a sign up that said, and if you watch my Ralph report, I did one, that showed the steak sandwich on a hoagie bun. Then when I get up there, they give me this little steak hoagie on a hot dog bun and charge me, I don't know, maybe $11 or something. It was a little expensive. It was about $15. Then my mom goes over to get pierogies. And if you live in Pittsburgh, you love pierogies. All right. Well, we're transplants. We moved here from Pittsburgh. I live in Berlin, Maryland. We're just outside Ocean City, and I'm glad I live here. It rains in Ocean City. Look out. The streets get flooded. The area they close roads down and stuff. And me, I stay home and relax and sit out on my deck and enjoy my life. Okay. Because I moved to the right spot. Okay. But what I want to say is that the pierogies weren't the only thing that was wrong. They were deep frying them and they made them hard. I like my pierogies boiled. I like them nice and soft. I like them just a little bit fried in the frying pan, with some butter. That's me. All right. I don't know how you like them. Everybody likes pierogies differently, if you even know what pierogies are. All right. Okay. So, but that's the least of this. I go to this pizza thing there, this pizza shop, and the guy just opened. He said, I just opened up. I said, oh, really? Well, I'm glad. Welcome. So I said, do you deliver? No. Can I call DoorDash? No. I said, well, what do you offer? Well, I only offer sit down. Wonderful. You know what? Really nice. You're a brand new place you just opened up, and all you do is sit down. All right. At least try to have Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, if you can't, or Pizza Slice app, if you can't find drivers. Most pizza shops do that now because they don't want to pay drivers. Okay. But they don't have to worry about hiring drivers because they don't come to work, or they get ignorant with your customer or whatever. That's all on Slice. Put the ball in their lap. All right. So I get up to the line. My mom gets a burnt piece of pizza. We had to wait 25 minutes for 3 slices of pizza. And the guy that was there making them had a long beard, and he didn't have it tied up or not. He was wearing gloves. Okay. Then he pulls cheese out of the fridge and he throws it under a dirty table to the first shelf under a dirty table. Now, I know the cheese was bagged, but we don't know how thin the bag was. The pizza wasn't very good to begin with. So, friend, your pizza shop, you got problems. And you need to fix them. Because if you don't, you're not going to have any business. And when you get ignorant with me, I was in customer service for 35 years, and people should know better that when they see me, they know I've been in business. If you don't know, I'll tell you again today. I know what it is. All right. Pensman and his wife are coming down here next weekend to visit. They're going to help me out a little bit around my house because I had what they call in the WWE, the Montreal screw job. I had the Ocean City screw job. Some people were supposed to stay here and help me out, and they didn't, and we never got our house in order. Okay, they're going to come down and give us a hand. All right. And Pensman said, I said, yeah, I got a job for you to put up that nice big wooden fish I just bought, which I did buy one. All right. Bought some stuff for the yard. It's really nice. It was a great Sunfest. And Sunfest is like a Three Rivers Arts Festival in Pittsburgh if you've ever been to one. All right. The nice thing I liked about this was the weather was just right. It wasn't too hot and it wasn't too cold. Okay. The crowd was right. It wasn't too crowded. It wasn't too empty. It was just right. Perfect day to go out. Haven't been out on a Saturday in a while. So we went out and had a good time and enjoyed ourselves. All right. My mom, my wife, and I, we went out and enjoyed ourselves. Called Big Jim Scooters and Bike Rentals and got scooters from Big Jim. That's who you should call if you're going to Ocean City and you're handicapped. Okay. Tell him Ralph sent you. Ralph Williams. Okay. I've been doing business with Big Jim now for a while. Since the very first time I stepped foot on Ocean City, I've been doing business with Big Jim. And Big Jim's a good guy. He'll take very good care of you, too. Okay? So, here we go. I gave you my assessment of Sunfest. Sunfest was great. There was a Duran Duran tribute band there playing good Duran Duran tunes. Sounded pretty good. Had a good time. Good day. Parked for free. It was nice. Okay. I don't pay for parking. Never will. Why? I can park for free. Okay. All right. I know where to find spots to park for free. Isn't that nice? Okay. You know, we get our typical. So we went to go eat at Touch of Italy. Very nice place to eat. Went there for dinner. We decided that we had enough of the carnival food for the day, more or less, at the food court. And our luck with that wasn't very good, as I mentioned. The steak hoagie and a hot dog bun. The pizza was burnt. I didn't like the service, and I didn't like the attitude. The pierogies being deep fried and so crunchy and hard. I don't like my pierogies like that. Okay. And the one thing that was good though, I did get a shrimp in a basket. That was pretty good. I got 8 big pieces of shrimp and some French fries for $15. Everything was about $15 a piece. So if you were going there, you had to take out a loan. All right. You always do when you go to Ocean City, no matter what. Went to Touch of Italy. Nice place, but they don't have an outside entrance for handicapped people. You got to go through the hotel lobby. I don't mind doing that. That's fine. I don't care how I get there as long as I get there. But what I don't like is going through a hotel lobby because you don't know what to expect when you get into the lobby. You don't know if you're going to get some crazy who's fighting with his wife or something, who might, or somebody yelling and screaming at the desk clerk because they didn't get the right pillows or whatever. Okay. But I went through there, went in there, very nice place to eat, very big portions of food. If you saw my social media page, I showed you all the chicken parm that they gave me. And I'm talking about it was around a big platter dish with about 6 pieces of big pieces of chicken parm. And the price wasn't bad either. Okay. My wife didn't complain about her food. She enjoyed it. And so did my mom. Great place to eat. Go there if you like Italian food. So we went there. Took that chicken parm home because I don't eat like I used to. Okay. And she said, you do get a lot of, the server did say, well, you get a lot of food. Okay. But in Ocean City, compared to Pittsburgh, when you get a lot of food, that's a whole different thing. All right. That's the way I see it about Sunfest tonight. All right. Let's move on here. Worcester County, which is the county I live in, they want to jack the hotel tax up to 7%. I've been harping about hotels prices in this town since I've got here. And even before that, I was a victim of getting ripped off. All right. But here's the puzzling part about all this. And I know that some people sent a message to Ocean City. They didn't go there. I noticed that this year, despite the fact that a lot of people made a lot of money because of the festivals that went on, the different things, we had a fireman's convention, we had a police convention in March when I was down here to scout out Ocean City. There was a police convention going on. They had the RV show. They had and thing on the boardwalk. They had a Jeep thing on the boardwalk. They had they had a lot of things. At least 5 music festivals. Okay, 5. All right. The hotels made a lot of money this year. So now they want to jack up the tax. Worcester County. Now, Worcester County's done a pretty decent job. They got to find money somewhere because they lowered the property taxes, and everybody, including the mayor of Berlin here, is complaining about the fact that not only is he complaining about the taxes going down because school districts are going to get affected by it, all right, and other services. All right. All right. You're welcome, Four Color Sinners. All right. You know what's interesting too? I'm out there and I love it. I walk through, I go through, ride through Ocean City on my scooter. I go to restaurants, I go to places. Hey, you're the guy that's on YouTube. I see you all the time. You know, you're the guy that has the guts to stand up to Rick Meehan, the mayor. Yes, I do. And counsel people who won't talk to me. The word's out there because obviously council won't talk to me, because I was trying to get the councilman on who was approving the bike lane thing to get his thoughts on it, and he wouldn't come on the show. He passed the buck to some lady I had to call. Then I had to call somebody else. And I had to call somebody else. So I said, you know what? Screw you. You don't want to be on my show. All right. I gave him the big fat raspberry. And I'll do it again. All right. When you don't want to be on my show, you want to blow me off, you want to play games, just say yes or no. That's all I want you to do. And I'm not going to go into that again. I've done it before. But they want to raise the taxes on hotels. They want to go from, I think it's 2% up to 5 to 6%. Hotels are expensive now in Ocean City. It's disgusting what goes on here. The hotels are just terrible. The rates are high. They have no consideration for people. All right. And I know what their thought process is. And I wanted to bring a stat up tonight, and I didn't get a chance to do it on Ralph's Opinion because I was focused on the government shutdown. You know, in Rockville, Maryland, they have one of the highest rates of lack of housing in the entire country. Do you know Maryland as a whole in the state has a lack of affordable housing throughout the country? Which is, to me, a disgrace. All right? That shouldn't go on. There should be enough housing for everybody and make it affordable so that, yeah, not everybody's bad in affordable or low-income housing. Some people are there because they're down on their luck. Others are there because they're always there. They'll never get out of it. They'll never get out of the rut. They'll never move on. They'll never, not that I have a problem with that. I lived in it myself. Okay? The problem I have is when the government just doesn't care about affordable housing and they keep building these condos and these expensive apartments everywhere. And I know Ocean City's philosophy. I can see it. It's right there. Stevie Wonder can see it. All right. And what I'm trying to say to you is that it's just, you know, there you go. They're trying to keep the riffraff out. They're trying to keep the criminals out. They're making it so expensive that you come for one day and leave. And if you are part of that element, you're coming there for the day and you're disappearing. You're not causing problems at the hotels. You're not urinating in the streets. You're not doing this. You're not doing crazy stuff. You're not putting, and I get it. And I get people don't want to live in the neighborhoods with some of these elemented people. But if you're doing it that way, Ocean City, then shame on you. All right. Public safety comes with what you're doing. It comes with the situation. Now, I had a situation with a landlord. He tried to sue me for $3,000 that he claims my dog ruined his carpets. He tried to get me for $3,000 in court. You know what? Actually, believe it or not, it was the magistrate Sircone who was, to me, you're guilty as soon as you walk in. You can't explain anything to her to tell her that, you know, why. Like I had an issue with my car. I couldn't get my catalytic converter because at the time I was working an $8.50 an hour job, and a catalytic converter cost about $800, my rent and then bills and all that. Couldn't afford to go get a catalytic converter. So I'm driving around with expired inspection stickers. And McKees Rocks police is driving by my place, and what do they see? My stickers there. All right. Gives me a ticket where I pulled away because I had to go pick up my friend. I get a ticket from this cop, so I fight it in court. I try to explain to the judge, look, I make $8.50 an hour. I can't afford to get a catalytic converter to get the car not only inspected, but emissions. Speaking of emissions, politician here in the state of Maryland wants to abolish and get rid of emissions in Maryland. Yes, that's a good idea. I know it's going to hurt the auto shops who make money on that stuff, but you know what? I'm glad they're getting rid of it. That's one less thing you have to worry about in your life. And to me, I think it's unacceptable. We don't need emissions testing. All right? It's that simple. We don't need it. Okay? I mean, for real. I mean, we really don't need it. Yeah. So I'm glad that they're doing that. All right? Maryland's got to figure something out here because they're $2 billion, and I say billion with a B in a hole. State of Maryland. They got to figure things out. Got to get this governor out of here. I hear rumors Larry Hogan or somebody's running again. I'm not sure, but we'll find out what's going to happen. I think his governor's going to be out of here. I know he's doing a good job accelerating the Baltimore Bridge, but I think he's on his way out. The state's in a hole $2 billion. And it's not working. I mean, certain parts of the state are making money and others aren't and stuff like that. That's the way I see it tonight. Next, let's talk about the state of Pennsylvania and no budget. Shame on you, Josh Shapiro. You're suing President Trump for about food stamps, but your state doesn't even have a budget yet. And this isn't the Democrats here. This is the Republicans here. Okay. I have no problem with this. And the reason why, this is a whole different scenario than the federal shutdown. And let me paint it for you. Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, promised the Republicans that when the next budget came up, he was not going to cut education. What did he do? He took money from education, put it somewhere else. And now they're furloughing teachers. The state colleges now, or state universities now, some of the smaller ones are furloughing teachers, laying teachers off, cutting school cost. Okay? I will not cut education. He promised the Republicans. So the Republicans are sticking him back. But this is nowhere near the federal shutdown problem. The problem here is that Josh Shapiro should be worrying about his constituents in his state that are not going to have food stamps on Saturday if they don't pass this federal budget thing. Instead, he's worrying about putting his conscious effort into suing President Trump over this food stamps and this federal shutdown. And here's a guy, once again, that wants to run for president in 2028. Do you really want this guy as your president? Think about this logically like I am. Think about it quickly. Think about what I'm saying. Because what I'm saying is right. What I'm saying is true. And what I'm saying you don't like, and that's too bad. All right? Of all the moves, and I would say anything like a meat-headed move like that is terrible. Josh Shapiro should be worrying about sitting down with these Republicans and saying, hey, look, all right, I'll give you some of this education money back. I'll do it this way. We'll do it that way. No, he screwed the Republicans out of their education funding that he promised he was not going to touch. That's a whole different scenario than the federal government shutdown right now, because you got the Democrats crying away. All right. I don't want to talk about that. We talked about that on Ralph's Opinion. But I do want to, and I'm going to continue to call out Josh Shapiro until the state budget is done. So you who live in Pennsylvania might not like me and might get mad at me, and that's fine. You go ahead. I lived in Pennsylvania. I know exactly what goes on up there. All right? Instead of worrying about the homeless in Pittsburgh, instead of worrying about you give $600 million to the city of Pittsburgh, and they used it, they didn't use it right. You went and gave Ed Gainey and his administration in Pittsburgh $600 million. And what did they use it for? To give raises to his employees. Public works suffered, the police suffered, public safety suffered. But you still went ahead and handed him $600 million. Is this what you want for president? And I'm going to keep on doing this until everyone figures out that Josh Shapiro is not the man to be the president. He's a weak leader. He's weak at what he does. He's terrible at what he does. And what he's doing now is not helping his cause to become president or to run for president. Okay? It's that simple. It's not a hard thing, but people make it hard. All right? It's not hard for you to go out there and say, screw you, Josh Shapiro, I'm done. You're screwing the education system in the state of Pennsylvania where my kid goes to school. I'm sure those of you who live in Pennsylvania that watch my show right now are not blaming me for getting on him about this, because he was the one who screwed the education funding and the education stuff with the Republicans. You shouldn't have done that. That's unacceptable. All right? It's that simple. All right? All right, that's the way I see it tonight. All right, let's. We got a few announcements to make here. Some new things going on with RW Media Productions, and I want to get into that first, and let's do that because I'm very excited about this. All right. And it's Highway Radio Hits. I will be a steady DJ on there. I start next Thursday, November the 6th, 1 to 3 p.m. Tune in, Highway Radio Hits. I will be playing some great music on there under my DJ name of DJ Fun, F-U-N. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. All right. My radio career is going up. I'm talking with an oldies channel today that's on the internet as well about working for them. I'm looking at Spreaker Radio. I'm looking at a few other options. Seems like no one's interested in watching my shows here, so I'm just going to do shows on the radio and upload them onto social media. And if you want to watch them, that's fine. If you don't, oh well. I'll be doing a lot of shorts, which a lot of my shorts are getting a lot of play. 400, 600, 1,000 people that view my shorts. Don't seem like that they want to be on to view my show here. All right. I'll be lucky at times if I get 40 people. Okay. I got 2,300 subscribers on YouTube, and I get 50 people per show. So I'm starting to go back to my roots, and my roots were radio. And since talk radio is not working for me right now, I mean, it's working, but it's not working. And Highway Radio Hits is bringing me back to my roots. And from 1 to 3 every Thursday, playing music. It'll be a lot of fun. That's why I'm DJ Fun. All right. All right, don't forget about coming up this weekend, the triple header of Ralph Williams Saturday. Don't forget about the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno show, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 1250 The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial. Push the wrong button again. There we go. All right. And The Answer, pgh.com. All right. And then our guest this week will be Joe Fleming, who is the borough manager for Charleroi, Pennsylvania, to talk about some of the problems in Charleroi and what's going on with Charleroi and how they plan on getting out of this mess that they're in. Losing jobs, losing companies, can't find workers for jobs. Good paying jobs, too. So, and then on Sunday, the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno show from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Same thing, same station, same everything. Our guest will be Michael Dell. And he's running for Allegheny County Council up in Pittsburgh. He's got some interesting things to tell you about with Sarah Amarato and tax increases and things like that, what he plans to do and not do if he wins for county council. And then don't forget, at 10 a.m., the college football show with me, Ralph Williams, and Pensman Sports, Brian Pettit. And Leo Haggerty will join us after the college football season. But this week we have guest Ryan Neal, who works with Leo and Amped Up Sports. He will join us to talk with us about the LSU situation in their head coaching job. 2 o'clock, same channel, 1250 The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial, and The Answer, pgh.com. All right, the Ralph Williams, the Sports Corner Show. Me, Ralph Williams, Smoke, and Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, and Luther Dupree. All right, I'm Ralph Williams. This has been The Way I See It Tonight, and this is The Way I See It Tonight. And until next week, have yourself a great one. Thank you, and please, by all means, be safe. Don't forget to catch me at 9 o'clock on Steel City Sports World, and then later on at around 9:45, I will be joining Jeremy Ballrick in the Football Roundtable in Detroit, live from Detroit and all across the country. And I'll be joining the guys there as well. So tune in on my channel here for the roundtable. That's coming up about 9:45. But at 9 o'clock, I'll be on with Luther and the gang in the Steel City Sports World. You can also catch on YouTube and Facebook as well. All right, until next time, once again, I'm going to say have yourself a great one. And please, by all means, be safe. Thank you.